Hi, I'm Nick Shell from Family Friendly Daddy Blog. Have you ever heard of my blog before? I may even be the guy on the Campbell's Go suit package. What do you think? It's a mystery. People across the world are wondering, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Instead, we're here to talk about the movie Monster Trucks, which my son and I just saw a little while ago. And I wanted to talk about it not only from a parental point of view, but also from more of a critical point of view as well. So if you Google Monster Trucks movie 2016, 2017, what you're gonna get are these articles saying, oh, they put millions and millions of dollars in it. Who would spend that much money on a monster truck movie? What did they expect? Can they even be surprised they're not making their money back? You know, that's what you're gonna see. But that doesn't help you to know if you're actually going to like the movie and if your child is going to like the movie or not. And I can tell you, he loved it and I loved it. It comes down to an enjoyment level. Did you enjoy going out to the movies and watching this movie? Now, when it comes to going and watching a cartoon, but you know, this was a fun action movie that had enough heart to it. It had lots of action to it. Lots of cars being crashed, which I'm sure is part of the reason why the budget was so high on this movie. Now, as far as from a parental point of view, you really don't have anything to worry about. As far as language, it's funny, I'm so particular about this stuff, that I noticed they made a point to not have any bad language in it. I saw one part that was even dubbed over. The girl with the red hair, last name is Levi or something. So there was one part where she said, "Oh my God," but they like dubbed over it so that they didn't say God's name. They made it to where it wasn't that way, because I think they were wanting to make sure they specifically didn't have any language that people would not approve of. Now, they may have slipped something in there that could have been shouted out in the roar of the monster truck that I didn't hear. But as far as anything obvious, no. As far as even, you know, other words that aren't actual profanity or just, again, any kind of using God's name in vain, anything like that, language is not an issue. If you're gonna be picky about this movie as far as a parental point of view, you would worry about all the destruction that takes place in this movie, because I don't know how many cars were crashed, but I'm sure that Dodge Chrysler was a sponsor, because there was a lot of Dodge Ram trucks being crashed and ran over. So my guess is they wanted the publicity of that. So just cars being continually crashed, you know, laws being broken in the name of truck chases across the city and that sort of thing. So, I mean, that's if you're being, you know, oh, well, here's what the problem with this movie now. But in reality, you're not going to do that. In reality, you're going to think, okay, does this movie have anything honestly inappropriate, any language or any, you know, content that pushes the lines of what's appropriate for kids? No. And of course, there's the sort of romantic interest, I guess you could see, that builds up over the movie, but there's nothing at all implied or specific, not even a kiss or anything like that. So it's very tame, family friendly, yes. And I say a lot of fun. Again, if you want to look at the critics and see what they have to say about the real critics, they're going to want to talk about how much money was spent and how it didn't make his money back and all that. But that's not what this is about. This is about you taking your kid to a movie or renting it in Redbox or buying it. And is this going to be an enjoyable, fun movie that is worth watching again? And I say, yes, I could easily watch this movie again. I had a lot of fun watching this movie. I like the characters. I like the actors. I know that part of what makes a good movie is the character arc, to make sure that the characters that are crucial to the story, that they change over the course of the movie, absolutely happen. And I will have to specifically say too that obviously, while this movie relies largely on CGI, it was not obvious to me in this movie. They did it very well in a subtle way, and I think they probably paid more money to do it that way, so that it would, and that's probably why, again, it was even more expensive. So that's what you really need to know about Monster Trucks the movie. Don't read the other stuff. They want to be all funny and, whoa, that's what you get for spending. Don't listen to that. Don't watch that. I know what I'm talking about. I'm just an average parent like you, with kids like you that just want to see a good fun movie. Take your kid to see the movie. It's fine. You don't have to worry about inappropriate stuff. If you did, I would have seen it, but I was very pleased with this movie. That's my review in 5 minutes or less. I'm Nick Shell with Family Friendly Daddy Blog.